Let's talk Derby County's takeover position, because it is a very, very interesting discussion, which is something which is going to come across Derby County's season from now until something happens. And it's a very, very interesting position in which Derby County find themselves in over the course of the last few months. We've had rumours in regards to that of Arthur Blank, of which I made a video about a few months ago. You've also had the recent rumours in regards to that of Red Bull potentially being a party looking to take over the club. And you've also heard murmurs from former Derby County CEO Andy Appleby, who was part of a former ownership group just a few years ago before Mel Morris took over, and obviously it all went downhill. Now, there's a lot of discussion points to be had in regards to this of the takeover. How have Derby County funded their transfers during this summer transfer window? And what are the aims going forward? Now, across the course of this video, I do plan to go through all of that and discuss that with every single one of you. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. While you're down there, check out the likes of Kitbag, NordVPN, and CD Keys down below. They'll be linked in the description. CD Keys is now named as Loaded. But also make sure you go ahead and check out on the gaming channel, Lewis Everett Gaming. We're releasing FC26 content at the moment. We've released 2 videos so far, I think, by the time you're seeing this, but you can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. But should we get into talking all about Derby County and their takeover, head on over to raffle.com, linked down in the description, so that you can get yourselves into the raffle to win 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Tickets start at just £1 per ticket, with a range of different bundles available to you, where you can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets to get 10 free, and 15 tickets for 15 free. All you need to do is head on over to Derby County's website, get yourself a fan ID. So if you are the winner of this raffle, I can send you over those tickets, and all you have to do is enter a question just a little bit about Jamie Carragher and what club he played at for his entire career. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to raffle.com, linked in the description, so that you can join the raffle for 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Now, obviously, as it stands, Derby County haven't had any sort of takeover or investment deal confirmed by the club or by any external sources. Now, the latest update that we really had was from John Percy right at the end of last season, where John Percy made it clear during his article that Derby County would now be accelerating talks with those people in regards to those who want to invest in the club, those who want to buy the club, and things along those lines. Now, ultimately, since then, there's been a lot of murmurs, and I think the first one was originally about the July 1st date, but ultimately nothing came of that. There was then some rumours in regards to that of Arthur Blank. I think he's the CEO or founder of Home Depot in America, and unfortunately nothing seems to have come of that either. And then the most recent sort of talking point we've had in regards to takeovers does fall at the hands of former Derby County CEO and part of the former ownership group that in the name of Andy Appleby. Now, obviously, Appleby knows what he's doing. Arthur Blank owns a range of different sports companies. And the most recent one, which has come around in recent weeks, is something to do with Red Bull. Now, the one to do with Red Bull, I'm going to quickly squash that one right here. I don't believe there is any substance to it at all. Now, I could be completely wrong, and something may be released over the course of the next few months that completely prove me wrong. But as it stands right now, I can't find any connection between Derby County and the Red Bull organisation, whether that be with staff members or anything. I cannot find a single thing. However, there is a former kitman who left Derby County to join Red Bull Racing, the Formula One team. However, I don't think that has anything to do with anything going on right now. Now, there's a lot to discuss in regards to the likes of Arthur Blank, in regards to the likes of Andy Appleby, because for me, with David Clowes wanting to sell up part of the club, he wants essentially someone who's going to continue his vision and keep the club in the stratosphere that it's in right now, where it's building and it's growing into something that could be absolutely phenomenal over the course of the next few years. Now, the unfortunate thing about that is if David Clowes does sell a majority share, he has no say. He has no real talking points about what the club end up going and doing. Realistically, if he wants to still have a say, he needs at minimum 51% realistically for him to have decision-making capacity, essentially. And for me, I can't see many people who want to buy into football willing to not have majority decision making, if that makes sense. Now, for me, it wouldn't surprise me if David Clowes was put into some sort of executive position where he does still have a conversation, essentially, where he can still look at the books, he can still look at the club's financial position, he can look at what the club are trying to do and where their sort of aims and targets are. And I do think that will be where we end up as Derby County fans. And as you look at David Clowes, I think eventually he will take that seat back in the North Stand. But realistically, the only major problem with that is the fact of, does he really want to give up the club? And I think if you look at it realistically, I think the answer to that question is no. I think if David Clowes could, he would keep hold of the club 100%. But I think we're in that position where we're right in between being where we need to be, but not having the financial backing. And that's sort of the position we find ourselves in. Now, I did say earlier in this video, we're going to talk about the transfers that we've made this summer, because we have spent a nice bit of change. I think it's about £16 million we've spent this summer in the likes of Ajimang. You look at Lewis Travis, you look at Max Johnston as well, another one who we've brought in. And it's incredible. It's very, very good to see Derby County spend that money. We've gone from having a squad which might not have competed in League One but somehow stayed in the division to a squad that I think is going to be very competitive in this division, and it wouldn't surprise me if we're sort of on the back end of playoffs by the time we hit Christmas. Obviously, there's still a long way to go for that to happen, so we need to be careful when we're having those discussions. But where has that money come from? Now, the club is claiming that has come from internal sources. It's come from David Clowes. It's come from an extra year of TV money. It's come from letting 13 players go in the summer, as well as allowing Mendes Lang to leave, as well as allowing Kane Wilson to move on as well. And as much as many people are going to sort of say that they're lying, they're not telling us the truth, I don't necessarily disagree with them. If you look in terms of TV money, back in 2021-22, when Derby County were in administration, TV money was worth about £8 million a season. And obviously there's been a new TV deal agreed since then. Obviously there's a lot more games being shown on TV now. So it wouldn't surprise me if that is now pushing upwards of 10 million. We have to then look back to January. Obviously we sold Erin Cash in for around £10 million, of which we only spent £4.5 million after that on bringing in Sondre Langas. So you've still got £5.5 million left there, in which Derby County have obviously spent this summer. And obviously you look at the wages that we've let go as well. Barkes and Mendes Lang on decent money. Kane Wilson has gone this summer for a believed six-figure fee, which I would imagine is within the region of around £750,000, if not a little bit more than that. And you look at the wages that we've let go as well. Players like Barkes and players like Rohan Luthra, wages that we didn't really need to be spending. You look at those sort of players, and I think Derby County are certainly heading in the right direction. Obviously James Collins, Sonny Bradley, two other players who have left this summer as well, and I think I do believe that is where the money has come. I don't believe there's been any external investment that we don't know about. I don't believe they're hiding anything from us, but obviously I'm just in a point of guessing at this point. And do I think something's going to happen? I do think it will. I think by the time we hit the end of this season, I do think we'll have some sort of knowledge in regards to where the club is going, whether that be with takeover, investment, whatever. And I do think that something will be said. I think based on David Clowes' statement earlier this season, it looks as if he knows this could be his final season as owner of the club, but we will wait and see. Now, obviously, you can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments, and if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. We are going to be live later on today, so if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, check out the likes of Kitbag, Loaded, and NordVPN down in the description, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye. Head on over to raffle.com, linked down in the description, so that you can get yourselves into the raffle to win 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Tickets start at just £1 per ticket, with a range of different bundles available to you, where you can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets to get 10 free, and 15 tickets for 15 free. All you need to do is head on over to Derby County's website, get yourself a fan ID. So if you are the winner of this raffle, I can send you over those tickets, and all you have to do is enter a question just a little bit about Jamie Carragher and what club he played at for his entire career. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to raffle.com, linked in the description, so that you can join the raffle for 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice.